Yo Alexa, go blast the Bossy. So welcome back to another set 10 deck video here on the channel. Where last time we had a look at Best Girl Leonore in her new form, and today we're diving back into Dark States for everyone's favorite deck, Gear Chronicle Pale Moon. Of course, if you guys enjoy this kind of content, be sure to leave a nice little like down below, subscribe if you're new. We've still got a handful of these decks to go through before we're done with set 10, including an awesome unique upgrade to Chronojet Dragon. So make sure you stay tuned for all those. We'll try to get some fights up soon. Anyways, let's dive on into the deck. So for today's profile, we're going to be looking at everyone's favorite Dark State red line, Bear Magnus. JK is Drajeweled. I just like using Green Deku as a starter. Real quick overview of the red line. Jewel Core is going to call out a soul and be a 13k attack or booster before going back in. Natsu right here gives you some on-hit pressure and also gives you a soul charge 1. And of course, with the big bad feature dragon himself, you're going to be able to soul blast 4 cards with different grades, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, and increase or decrease his power to 1. Then, you know, he gets a crit, I guess, so they're always good. Unfortunately, that crit effect is restricted to your opponent being at grade 3 or greater. So going first with this deck can be a little rough sometimes because it does shut off some of your skills. However, I do decide to make up for that with the aggression I play in this deck. So speaking of which, let's talk about some beaters. We get this one, get this one, get this one, and this one. They're all the same card. Rock Augur is our restander for the deck until we get Imposa Bushy Road. Give us the girl Rock Augur. They're the same card, but like I guess people care about Impusa. They will not shut up about Impusa. So between his two skills, he's basically a 20k attacker that restands for a counterblast 1 when you activate Drajewel's ability. That said, both these effects are locked behind attacking a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, so once again, if you go first with this deck, you don't do quite as much. In addition to Rock Augur, we are also a little aggressive with some other things. For example, you know our grade 1 Radline Jewel Core Dragon? I run 3 of them. This is a really good card because, like I said, he has a 13k that goes back in soul. So not only do you get your grade 1 guaranteed in soul, but 13k attacker is not bad for your startup. You do want to basically push them as far as you can into defensive triggers before you activate Drajewel's effect. Just because it's funny to say, oh hey, you got plus 10, oh hey, you got plus 10, and by the way, back down to 1. So the aggression's nice there. I am combining him with the Secret Tech though, and as a Gear Chronicle card, it looks like a bird. So Gear Eagle, current 3 copies, has a simple effect that when it boosts the attack that hits, you retire this unit, choose a grade 1 from your soul, and call it to rear guard. Now, normally for your Drajewel, you want to keep your cards in soul just so you have access to them for later, but thanks to this dork skill and how Chaining and Vanguard works, you can effectively swing for 21. Oh hey, he goes back in soul, whatever. Did it hit? Cool. Pop. Welcome back. So you're able to juggle this boy in and out of soul effectively as long as you get your hits to work. The on-hit is very temperamental just because you do want to rush them as much as possible, so it's very possible you won't be able to see this until they're at 5 damage where it won't matter. However, on-hit pressure is very nice, especially in a deck where you're already going to be punishing them as soon as they take a couple hits and want to get multi-attacks. So, bird combo in here is not bad. And of course, because we're aggressive, look at our triggers. They're all criticals. They're all criticals. We got 8 criticals. We got 9 criticals. This is basically a glorified critical trigger. And I decided to go with Draw's build over fronts. Like I said, your Rock Augurs and Impusas are going to give you 4 or 5 attacks per turn, but I'd still much rather see pieces than have a plus 10 to maybe getting a 4th attack. I mean, heals or whatever. Honestly, like, I just put in the first special heal I saw, but this one's not bad, I guess, as long as Ava's running around. Alright, you guys know what time it is. We're gonna play the same Persona 5 music that I do every single time because I need to get some more copyright-free remixes downloaded. This is the Masque deck. Here's the Masque Searcher. Let's get him go. He's a 3 because it's so stupidly good to just make a tree and just get your Masque. There's the Masque. It make you Persona ride, make you cheat and go evil, and let you search for this in your chicken. And you know, Persona 5 reference or something. Alright, here's the chicken. He has a hat now. Drajewel has 2 little effects. First of all, as always, he has one when you remove his counterpart. This one's going to let you choose 2 different cards from your drop zone, shove them back in soul, and give him a crit. It's actually a much better use of the Drajewel counterblast one because you are able to choose what you want to put back in soul. However, don't forget that Drajewel does let you draw a card, so... And there's merits to both. Honestly, you just go main skill and put on the Masque. Main skill, and you pop 4 draw a card and get your crit. His other effect is another variation of Drajewel. Once again, you Soul Blast 4, this time with the Counter Blast tied onto it. And you choose 2 of your opponent's rear guards, retire them, then put your opponent's Vanguard back to 1. Once again, there's benefits to running both this and the normal one. That's why I run 2 more copies of it. But effectively, you're looking at you either Soul Blast 4 and have to be at grade 3 to get the crit, or you Soul Blast with the Counter Blast, and it isn't restricted to grade 3 and you get to retire 2 cards, but it does have a Counter Blast on it. So there's benefits in both. This deck does go through CB a decent bit because Rock Augur exists and you don't really have a counter charger except for a card I'm going to tell you about in a second. But it is interesting to basically see his Drajeweled 1 effect switch into 2 different effects. Really good. Love the control. Like I said, this is a build where you do want to actually go back and forth between the 2 forms, which helps out a lot with Masque. Once again, just like in Leonor, I think 2 Masque is enough as long as you're running a couple copies of the Searcher as well. However, if you decide that you don't want to run Kendo for some reason because you don't care about your Dragon Tree, even though Dragon Tree is a mini force marker and +5 is kind of good, then I can see just straight up running 4 Masques, have fun finding 2 more. Then finally, we have a couple of support cards to talk about, 2 new and 1 old. We're going to start off with our Soul Management guy in Zargon, who effectively says when you boost the card in front of him, it's going to get the on-hit ability of soul charging 2 cards from your drop zone. This is great for 2 reasons. First of all, like I said, you are rushing a lot, so the on-hit is going to matter for the most part. Plus, you put this behind like Rock Augur, you're able to get 2 shots out of it because it gives the skill to the card in front of it. So it gives the skill to the card that is boosting. Therefore, you get 1 off Rock Augur, and when Rock Augur expands, you get another proc off it. So really good there. I was running Falcate for a while. It feels really weird to just have that 1 Falcate in there, but if you want to run him over him, it guarantees the card in soul. However, like I said, on hit pressure is good. Perfect cards or whatever. Yeah, I'm opting not to run Elemental Sanctitude in this deck just because you do want to have cards that can give it soul. And this is a card that you could put back in your soul later, as opposed to Elemental that just goes to the bye-bye zone. Then finishing this off, we got 2 new cards to talk about. Just mentioned a counter charger. This is your counter charger. He effectively says that when he attacks, if your Vanguard is Drajeweled, it's going to get a +2B of 12k if that matters for a reason. But if you activate Drajeweld's effect of Soul Blast 4 during your turn, at the end of his battle, you're able to retire him and countercharge 1. Sucks that he leaves the field, so you can't reuse it or whatever, but that's just like a free countercharge for your last attack. Neat. Like I said, this deck does counter blast a lot. Then the final guy we got is a new framer, because I'm only running framers because of the case video. Don't forget to check out the case video to see when we pull all this cool stuff. This is a Scribe Boy. When you do the Drajeweled ability, or actually, if you look at it, it's not Soul Blast 4, it is Soul Blast 3. Hint at a deck that's coming out in the future. Make sure you're subscribed to check it out. But once you Soul Blast 3, you're able to check the top card of your deck and either keep it on top or put it in Soul. This is Scribe for a trigger. If you don't see a trigger, this lets you Soul Charge more to set for your next Drajeweled effects. Neat over 10. Very good boy, I just think only had room for 2 of them. Just like the counter charger, who honestly, you could run more copies of it, but I mean, it's just been working well on 2 for me, so why change that? Then before I leave you guys today, I want to do a quick couple shout outs to the money crew. First of all, speaking of money, if you guys want to give me something to help support the channel, help me build more awesome decks like this, be sure to check out my page on TCG Player, or of course, Code Skyridge to save you 15% on any of your Raise Energy orders. Awesome energy drink, 0 sugar, 0 calorie, all that good stuff so you can pretend like it's healthy. And if you check out the main site Rep Sports, you'll notice they do a bunch of other workout stuff too if you need that. But yeah, we're talking about cards, so I'm going to mention the card. You may notice I did not one time say the word Brainwash Swirler. That's because they are good. I mean, Soul Charge 1 you never can complain about. Swirly Boy, of course, is everyone's favorite during the Thruster clone. And the other 2 either give you the ability to draw a card or run also grade 3 Makani to give you some weird attack combos. But let's be real here. You don't need to Soul Charge anymore. You are getting a decent amount of soul off your ride line, off your 2 Drajeweled skills, and off of the Zargons. So like honestly, once you get that 4, you're able to just like Soul Blast out and put it back in, Soul Blast it out and put it back in. That's why it's super important to have the masks ready, and why it's very good to have those on hits from the Zargon boys. That said, if you don't want to run the aggressive bird combo that I run, you easily have room to run your Soul Charger of choice. So just keep that in mind for the future. As always, if you guys enjoy this kind of content, make sure to leave a nice little like to let me know that I should make some more deck profiles, because sometimes I'm too lazy to do them when they don't get views. And thank you for watching. Always embrace the infinite. Let's punch. Okay, punch the power button. Let me punch the off. Stop recording.